Leviticus chapter 6. Yahweh spoke to Moses and said, "Give these orders to Aaron and his sons. This is the ritual for the burnt offering, that is, the burnt offering that stays on the altar brazier all night until morning and is consumed by the altar fire. The priest will put on his linen tunic and put his linen drawers on to cover himself. He will then remove the fatty ashes of the burnt offering consumed by the altar fire and put them at the side of the altar. He will then take off his clothes, put on others and carry the ashes to a clean place outside the camp. The fire on the altar that consumes the burnt offering must not be allowed to go out. Every morning the priest will make it up with wood, arranging the burnt offering on it and burning the fat from the communion sacrifices. The fire must always be burning on the altar, it must never go out. This is the ritual for the cereal offering. One of the descendants of Aaron will bring it into Yahweh's presence in front of the altar, will take a handful of the wheaten flour, with the oil and all the incense which have been added to it, and burn the memorial on the altar as a smell pleasing to Yahweh, and Aaron and his sons will eat the remainder in the form of unleavened loaves. They will eat it inside the holy place, in the court of the tent of meeting. The portion I give them of the food burnt for me must not be baked with leaven, it is especially holy, like the sacrifice for sin and the sacrifice of reparation. All male descendants of Aaron are entitled to eat this portion of the food burnt for Yahweh. This is a perpetual law for all your descendants, and anyone who touches it will become holy." Single quote. Yahweh spoke to Moses and said, "This is the offering that Aaron and his sons must make to Yahweh on the day they are anointed. 1/10 of an ephah of wheaten flour is a perpetual cereal offering, half in the morning and half in the evening. It will be prepared on the griddle and mixed with oil. You will bring the paste as a cereal offering in several pieces, offering them as a smell pleasing to Yahweh. When one of his sons is anointed priest to succeed him, he will do the same. This is a perpetual law. The entire cereal offering will be burnt for Yahweh. Every cereal offering made by a priest will be a total sacrifice, none of it will be eaten." Yahweh spoke to Moses and said, "Speak to Aaron and his sons and say, this is the ritual for the sacrifice for sin. The victim must be slaughtered before Yahweh on the spot where the burnt offerings are slaughtered. It is especially holy. The priest who offers this sacrifice will eat it. It will be eaten inside the holy place, in the court of the tent of meeting. Everything touching the victim's meat will become holy, and if any of the blood splashes on clothing, the stain will be washed off inside the holy place. The earthenware vessel in which the meat is cooked must be broken. If a bronze vessel has been used for the cooking, it must be scrubbed and thoroughly rinsed with water. Any male who is a priest may eat the sacrifice. It is especially holy. But no one may eat any of the victims offered for sin, the blood of which has been taken into the tent of meeting to make expiation inside the sanctuary. These must be burnt." Single quote.